This tutorial explains grading settings for teachers and administrators. First, we'll look at the teacher settings on Setup, Grading. Parts of the screen may be grayed out if your school admin has locked some settings. Also, if co-teaching a class, only the master teacher may make changes, so it would be grayed out if you're not the master teacher. Copy to all classes copies everything on this screen to all of your classes, so only select this if all of your classes use the exact same gradebook settings. Copy to all semester, or whatever it's called at your school, is an option if you have a cumulative term. It copies all the settings on this screen to all grading periods in the cumulative term for this class. These settings change what students and parents see for your class. Some of these options may be locked by your admin. Let's look at the grade scale. Click here to open a menu of common grade scale options, all of which can be customized. Some scales use percents and others do not. You can also choose percent only if your school doesn't give any grade marks. Let's choose this percent-based scale. Check round grades to give students the higher letter grade if they are within 0.5%. Note that students still see their precise percent when they log in, so this option only affects the letter grade. The percent itself can be rounded, but only on report cards, so that's on a different screen. You can edit the grade marks and cutoffs as you like. Optionally set a minimum grade here. You can customize special marks however you want. The same special marks apply to all your classes for the whole year. Type in the special mark as the assignment grade. Use the # key above Enter on your keyboard for a check mark. Students and parents never see the mark itself, only these descriptions and the mark's value. If you're using percents, choose a percentage grade to associate with each special mark. A dash means the assignment is excused and won't affect the student's grade. These last 3 special marks are used if a student did not turn in an assignment. Missing assignments appear on reports and alerts as well as the student-parent login and are denoted in red to draw attention. If using percents, check here to flag zeros as missing assignments. Non-percent based scales are also supported, like this one, where the overall grade is simply an average of the grade marks. It shows these descriptions on grade reports. If you're not using percentage grades, all special marks are counted as excused. For missing assignments, you can choose to penalize grade, which makes a missing assignment count as the lowest letter grade. If unchecked, they all count as excused. The next section is for categories used in your class, such as homework, tests, and so on. You can have different categories for each subject. Choose None to have no categories in your class. Unweighted means you can organize assignments into categories, but the categories have no weights attached. Weighted allows you to define weights for each category, like these. Weights are relative to each other, so they don't have to add up to 100. See our other tutorials for more information on weights. If your school has cumulative grading periods, this area lets you determine how to calculate the cumulative term grade. Choose Weighted Average Precise to set weights for each term, like these. Or choose Unweighted Sum to base the cumulative grade on a running total of your assignment grades. Finally, you can choose whether parents and students see this term's grade or the cumulative grade when they log in. This also affects what grade you see on your dashboard. Now let's look at the administrative grading settings. If you're a teacher, you can stop the video here. In admin mode, go to Setup, Grading Defaults. You can define the grading settings for your school here. This is just like what teachers see. Whatever you set here will be the default for new teachers. Click the padlock icon next to a section header like Gradescale to see if any teachers are using different settings. To force teachers to use the default settings, check the teacher's courses, scroll to the bottom, and click Apply Default. You can also check Prevent Teachers from Changing these settings to lock in whatever settings teachers are currently using, whether they are the defaults or not. Each section is independent, so you can leave some areas open for teachers to customize and lock in others. Scroll down to set your GPA scale, which is how letter grades are converted to grade points. Use this template menu to set common scales. You can have up to 3 different scales, typically for honors and AP courses. You can set which course uses which GPA scale in your course settings. If a student earns a letter grade that is not on the GPA scale, such as W for withdrawn, it will not affect the student's GPA. Note that changes to the GPA scale affect all schools in your account and apply retroactively to all report cards and transcripts. At the bottom, you can set how many decimal places are displayed on report cards. If you use percents only without letter grades, here you set the minimum passing percent. That concludes this tutorial. Please see our help guide for additional details.